Me the first time my new girlfriend came to my flat and I cooked for her.
So you're going to be dining on wild horse meat and rancid Argentine meat.
The British Prime Minister entering Parliament after being advised to try and appeal more to potential Green Party voters. And this was me trying to act normal on a first date when the waiter asked if I'd like some parmesan on my chicken arabatia.
Yes!
Hello folks, welcome back to the show today. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last one. 3 great fragrances, 1 designer, 1 niche, 1 cheapie. Before we do that, don't forget, my recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the Fragrance Decant Boutique. Website address decantboutique.com. Go there, use the code MrSmelly10 for 10% off a massive range of designer and niche fragrances. My recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com. Go there, sign up, you'll get 10% off your first order. And they have a new Advent calendar. You can sign up now for special VIP early access, and there are 4 different versions, 2 for men, 2 for women, designer or premium versions. Really interesting. Check it out at fragrancesamplesuk.com. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go with the cheapie fragrance first today. So the last video did okay, and I thought, okay, let's just do that again. I was thinking, oh, what can I do? You know, what's trending? What's going to get more traction? What's going to get more views? Maybe I should talk about this new thing called smell maxing. Apparently that's a now phenomenon amongst the youngsters. You know, they have looks maxing. There's that weird guy online, he's a bit boring, and he's into looks maxing, and now they're doing smell maxing. And I thought maybe I should research this, and maybe people will want to, get more views if I talk about that. And then I thought, I don't really care what it is, and I can't really be bothered. So I'm going to do the video that I want to make. A lot of the influencers out there, I think at the moment, are feeling like, oh, fragrance videos not getting as many views as they used to. I'm not sure my strategy now, what I should do to try and keep my channel relevant. And luckily for me, my channel can't become irrelevant because it's never been relevant. You can't go out of fashion if you've never been in fashion. So sometimes just standing still and doing what you believe in can be maybe a good thing. Anyway, that's very much what I'm going to do today. First one then, I've talked about it before, but you've got to give me credit. I've emptied it to that much out of a 50ml bottle in like maybe 3 months, probably less than that. Sergio Tacchini. Apparently someone corrected me in the last video, and I'm still going to get it wrong. It spells Tacchini to me, but I think it may be Tassini. Let me know. Or Tacchini, I don't know. I love Italy. It's really nice. It's a very simple but beautiful idea here. Basically, to summarize, this one has citruses, sea salt, so some kind of ozonic sea-like feeling in there, some nice herbs, rosemary and petitgrain, and other stuff. It kind of smells a bit like, I think we can say this, Acqua di Gio, the original eau de toilette from Armani, crossed with Chanel Allure Homme Sport, which is a really nice 2004 modern, sporty, aquatic, fresh, really high quality rendition of that style. So 2 fragrances, not a million miles apart, about a decade apart in release date. And if you sort of meld them together, you get this beautiful, fresh, simple, everyday wearer. So if you just genuinely a great one to spray on after the gym, a great one for workwear where you're not going to offend anyone. It's not beast mode, but it smells really pleasant. Totally you could wear it on a date, totally you could wear it on a special occasion, but if you want something affordable, everyday wear, out of the shower, after the gym, etc., love it. Sergio Tacchini, I love Italy. Have you tried it? My personal fragrance today is Gravitas Essentia. I'm using up the last of my old bottle there. Don't like to waste, but the new ones look more like that. And this is an amazing update from 2023 on the original Gravitas Prom. We've added, or let's say we've accentuated, these citrusy and green elements to make a sort of Gravitas eau de sport, if you like, with a twist of mint in there, subtly. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fragrance, and a lot of people have been taking up our offer, where if you buy any 2 100ml bottles, perhaps this one, with the brilliant new citrus aromatic fragrance Cortejo, you get 20% off both items. That includes, actually, if you buy a 100ml bottle plus a discovery set, with all 7 fragrances, 5 mils of each, 20% off both items if you do that too. Classy, elegant fragrances. They're made in the UK by perfumer John Stephen at the Cotswold Perfumery. These are fragrances for gentlemen who think for themselves. Check them out at nortonandwilson.com. Next up, a designer fragrance. Now, we can debate, is this a designer house? But price-wise, in most people in the high streets view, I think it's kind of a designer fragrance. We can debate that. Great house, either way that you look at it. It's Eau de Guerlain by, of course, Guerlain. 1974 release, a citrus aromatic fragrance. I found it online, 100ml bottle in this lovely bottle. Love the bottle designs on these. And it was something like £65 in the UK, which is brilliant value for money and very much a designer price. Lemon, basil, bergamot. You've got fruity notes, mint, caraway, lavender, carnation, jasmine, sandalwood, rose, patchouli, oak moss, neroli, musk and amber. It's a really beautiful, maybe a lot of their sort of eau de this and that, eau de cologne imperial, eau de coq, they're all very kind of unisex. Eau de cologne de parfume, very unisex smelling type of eau de cologne style fresh citrusy ones. And this one is that too, but it maybe just has a little hint of that rugged masculinity that puts it a little bit more in the gentlemanly category, and it's just a certain je ne sais quoi brilliance about this one. If you like things like Dior's Eau Sauvage, if you like Armani Eau Pour Homme, you want a Guerlain take on that, maybe the thinking man's, intellectuals, or the connoisseurs fragrance brand. If you're not into chasing the latest hype train from Parfums de Marly or what's that house? Oud for Greatness. Initio Parfums. Great. Good luck to all those guys. If you want to be a little bit different, Eau de Guerlain, again, to be honest with you, the only problem here, it is a citrus aromatic, so it's similar, it's fresh and approachable and likeable, but has a little bit more of a refined air about it. So who cares? Who needs variety? I don't need to put one oud, one gourmand, and one citrus in my list. I just do what I like. I'm a crazy guy. Great fragrance, performance okay, not the best, going to be honest, but that's inherent in a very citrusy fragrance with an O title in the middle. You know, it's not supposed to be, I don't think. Really, really beautiful, excellent high quality fragrance. People ask you what you're wearing. Eau de Guerlain. It sounds good, doesn't it? It sounds better than saying Jean-Paul Gaultier Lamal Essence de Beau de Parfum de Excellence. It's a bit of a mouthful. This is good. Last but not least, New York Intense from Parfums de Nicolai. First released as, well, the first New York by this brand was released in 1989. This is a 2014 one, the Intense one. I think they've brought back the original, all a bit confusing. Anyway, I have the 2014 release New York Intense, and I think it's outstanding. And in order to convey that to you, I shall miss the note listing, at least for a moment, and read out. This is a great book by Luca Turin, the first version of Perfumes, the A to Z Guide, from many years ago, early 2000s, I think. And he was actually talking about the original New York, but I think this was introduced to sort of revive that smell after reformulations sort of spoiled the original New York maybe a bit in people's eyes. So his description here should apply. He gave it 5 stars. He called it an orange amber, and he said... What did he say? I may have moved on, but everything it taught me is still there, still precious and wonderful to revisit. New York's exquisite balance between resinous orange, powdery vanilla, and salubrious woods shimmers from moment to moment. Always comfortable, but never slack. Always present, but never loud. It is one of the greatest masculines ever, and probably the one I would save. If the house burned down, reader, I wore it for a decade. So he really likes it. And he's right. It's got bergamot, artemisia, lemon, thyme, lavender, chamomile, clove, cinnamon, resins, styrax, incense, and tonka bean. It's a powdery, dapper, gentlemanly kind of fragrance. Some people have compared it to Bois de Portugal by Creed, and there is a definite similarity. I think that this one has that semi-barbershop-ish, gentlemanly kind of air about it, but it's a little bit less green and bitter, a little bit more powdery and spicy than that one, and therefore perhaps more widely appealing without in any way being a mass appealing style fragrance. It's really kind of an in-the-know fragrance from the house of Nicolai, and of course the lady behind that, Patricia de Nicolai, was part of the Guerlain family who branched out on her own, which is probably a little bit of a good advert that she might be quite good at making perfumes, and she is. New York Intense, price-wise, I should have said, Ticini, £15 or something, really cheap for the I Love Italy. Eau de Guerlain, £65. I forget the exact price, but it's not a huge amount over £100 for, I think, whatever the larger sort of standard bottle is. It might be a 75 or 100ml bottle. It's in the very reasonable end of niche fragrances. So excellent stuff. 5 out of 5 stars from Mr. Smelly, and my book is coming out. So remember books? These were these things. I had paper like that. It's a bit like scrolling on your phone, but perhaps slightly slightly better for your mental health. This is actually a good one because if you don't, I don't read a lot of novels and things. Haven't got the attention span anymore thanks to social media. But it is like scrolling. It's a good holiday book. Just little reviews, a paragraph each, some a page, some only 2 very rude words, and just makes it fun to sort of dip in and out of, if you'll pardon the expression. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project. And although sometimes life may stink, at least we can always smell good, right? Bye-bye.